All right. Well, thank you so much for joining. Today we are launching the hub. So we are going to do a hub training through our CareMerge platform. Been working really closely with the Still Hopes team to get this ready for you all. So we're really excited to show it to you today, give you a brief overview of all the fun things that you can do with the hub portal. So I know Stuart already introduced me, but I'm Jacqueline. I'm a client success manager at CareMerge. I am based out of Chicago, and I will be leading you all through the training today. So this is a run through of our agenda, the different items that we will be covering today. So I'm going to do a brief introduction for what is CareMerge and what is the hub. We'll review how to log into the portal, how to download the app if you haven't already. And then I'm going to do a live demo of the Still Hopes Hub page. So I'm going to log in as a test resident and go through the entire page with you all for a training session. And then at the end, we will have some time for questions. I am totally open to everybody asking questions throughout the session. I believe in asking questions as they're fresh in your mind. But no, we will have some time set aside at the very end too for any additional questions that anyone may have. Okay, so first of all, what is CareMerge? We are a technology company that provides engagement solutions for senior livings throughout the country. And one of those engagement solutions is community engagement, or what you will all know as the hub. What this is a resident-facing portal where you have your own username and login and are able to log into the app to view community-wide announcements, the activity calendar, dining menus, maintenance requests, and more. So I'm going to show you all of those things today. It's a great way to stay connected to your community and stay connected to other residents in your community as well. This is just a brief overview of what you'll be seeing in a few minutes here, but just wanted to show you again, it's community information right at your fingertips. So you'll be able to work through a menu bar of announcements, the calendar, a resident directory, the dining menu, full count, maintenance requests, groups, and more. So we're going to go through all of that in just a few minutes here. If you haven't already, this is how you will log in. So all of you have been set up with these login credentials below. So your username was set up as first name, last name, all one word. So for example, my name is Jacqueline Porter. So my username would be Jacqueline Porter. Your temporary password is set up as welcome1 with a capital W. Usernames are not case sensitive. So you could have your username in all lowercase, all uppercase, that will not matter, but your password is case sensitive. So you do want to make sure when you are typing in your password that you capitalize the letter W. Is everybody already logged in that wants to be logged in for today? Do we need a couple minutes to get that squared away?
Jacqueline, we've recommended that they not, and that they just watch and listen for this first go round, and then we'll help them later.
Okay, sounds good. Well, then we'll keep moving along here. What the Still Hopes team will show you is how to download that community engagement app if you haven't already. So that's what you'll be doing later to log in. So what you'll do is you'll go to the App Store if you have an Apple device, or the Google Play Store if you have an Android device, and you'll search for CareMerge Community Engagement. You'll click Get or Download, and then that app will then be on your device. You'll then be able to log in with those credentials that were on the previous slide to log into your own personal account. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and log into the live hub page. So I'm going to switch to my login screen. If anyone will be using a desktop version, so if you have a laptop or a computer and you'd like to also access the hub that way, you can. That's how I'll be using the training today. So when you later on log in from your phone, just know your view may be a little bit different than mine, but we'll be able to access all of the same information. If you ever do log into a computer, you'll go to login.caremerge.com. That is the web browser that you'll use to log in. And you'll use those same login credentials that we were just talking about and the same ones that you would use for your device. They will not be different no matter where you log in from. So I'm going to get logged in here. Okay, and I am now in the hub page. So I am in your community portal. Again, I've set myself up as a test resident, so I will have the exact same view and information that you're able to access on your end as well. Before we go into all of the different pages that have been set up for you on the hub portal, I'm just going to give you a general overview of the entire page. So what you will see here every time you log in. So by default, when you log in, you're going to be on the announcements page. That is the first page on your menu bar. So on the left-hand side of my screen here, you can see that I have a menu bar. These are all the different pages that you are able to access on the hub portal. The announcements is the first page, so that's always going to be the one that you will see first when you log in, but you'll be able to navigate page by page, which I'll show you in a little bit. I like to think of the announcements as the home page, because if you ever want to get to the top of the menu bar and start over again, you'll go to that announcements page. So as I mentioned, this is the menu bar on the left-hand side. You can close the menu bar if you want to hide that from your view. So maybe you want a bigger view of the current page that you're on. So I would go and hit close here. And that's going to hide my menu. So I have a bigger view of the page that I'm on, which right now is the announcements page. If I want to bring that menu bar back, I'll just go to the top left corner and hit menu. And now that menu page is back in my view. Up here at the top are a few things I'd like to briefly touch on. So on this top toolbar here, the first is the mail status. So mail status is up here in the toolbar and is also included on your announcements page. This is where you can know if the mail has arrived in your community. So that is the physical mail that goes in your mailbox. That is what this mail status is referring to. So the Still Hopes team will update this for you when the mail is in, so that you will receive a notification and can see that right from your hub portal. Right now, it says that there's no mail yet. So that's what you're seeing here. And there's a red icon next to the envelope. That's indicating that the mail has not in, that there's no update on the status. However, if the mail were in and a Still Hopes team member were to update that mail status to indicate that the mail was in, this would say that the mail is in, and there'd be a green check mark next to this envelope icon so that you know that the mail has arrived. Next to mail status up here at the top is notifications. This is where you can see any notifications that you may have. Later on in this training, we will touch on notification settings that you can manage in your account to determine what you'll receive notifications for. So if you did have any notifications, you would see them here on your notification screen. Next to notifications is messages. This is where you can message with other residents or staff in the community. So I'll show you that briefly here. If I'm to click on messages, this is similar to email, where you can just start a message and send it to a recipient. So if I wanted to send another resident a message, I would go to new message here, type in the subject of my message, the body of your message, and then up here where it says recipients, you can type a name to search. So you can type in a resident's name right there to find that resident and send them a message. And that is in the messages bar here. Lastly, in the top right, you'll see my account. This is where you can manage your own profile, your account settings, and you can log out right from here. We'll touch on my profile and settings later, but just wanted to point those out to you first here. Okay. So let's go back to the announcements page. So I'm going to start working through that menu bar. So all of those different pages that are available for you, I'm going to just go through each one and give you a general overview of what each one of those pages is for. So first page is the announcements page, which we've briefly already gone over, but this is where you can receive any announcements for the community. So any relevant Still Hopes announcements will be posted in this page here. Again, there's mail status, and then under that is quote of the day. So this is just a nice little feature with an inspiring quote available for you every day. This will automatically update on its own every 24 hours. So every day when you log in, you'll have a new quote waiting for you here in the announcements page. Okay. Now I'm going to that menu bar on the left. So under announcements is the calendar. If I were to click on calendar, it's going to take me into that page. This is where you can see the event calendar for Still Hopes. So any events and activities will be posted on this page for you to see what's going on at Still Hopes. So by default, it's on today's view. So Monday, November 22nd, I can see all of the events going on today at Still Hopes. I can change my view here. So next to day, there's a week view. So if I wanted to look at all the events this week at a glance, I could go to week and see all of those events right here. And then I can also go to a month view. So next to week, there is the month view where you can view all the events going on this month. So I can scroll through and see everything that's going on in the month of November. You can also switch out your view right here. So I'm back on today, Monday, November 22nd. But if I wanted to look ahead to tomorrow or Wednesday, I can click on this calendar button here and go and select the day I'd like to view. You can also click on any event if you'd like to know more or to sign up. So I can click on an event here. If I wanted to know more about the cardio and balance and strength event, I can see that right here. It'll show me a description, who's hosting that event, what the day and time it exists, and where it's existing. So I can view all that information by clicking on the event in the calendar. Okay. On the left-hand side, going back to that menu bar, under calendar, there's the directory tab. This is the resident directory. So this is a really neat page in the Hub portal. This is where you can go and find other residents in the community. So I can scroll through here and see all of the residents that are in the Hub portal. You can find residents' phone numbers if they have it listed, their email, their unit number, and any additional information that they've put in their profile. So later on, when we go into your profile settings, you'll see that you're able to create a profile for yourself that will be viewable in the resident directory. So others will be able to read a bio about you, see your hobbies and interests, see where you grew up, all these different items that you can put in your profile for others in the community to learn more about you and connect with you. Up here at the top is where you can search through the directory. So you can search, if I were to click on this name right here, I can search by resident name, interests, or unit number. So you can click on which one you'd like to search by, and that's how you can find other residents. You can search by interest. This is a big one. So in your profile, you can select different hobbies and interests that you have. And if you wanted to find others in the community that share that same hobby or interest as you, you can do that in the resident directory. So I just put my search on interests. And let's say I want to find someone else in the community who likes arts and crafts. If I were to search crafts here, so right here in the search bar, I have it on interests. I hit search. it's going to show me all of the residents who have arts and crafts listed as an interest in their profile. So this is a really great way to connect with others in the community that share an interest as you, meet others that share an interest with you as well. So that I definitely recommend searching by that in here. And again, I'll show you in a bit how you can add those interests to your own profile. Let's go back to everybody here. There is also a staff tab. So next to residents here, you'll see staff, and this gives you a staff directory. So you can find staff members in here from Still Hopes, their position, their email, and their phone number if they have that listed as well. And you can see there are some residents who put a photo in their profile, and I'll show you how to do that as well, so that others can find you also by seeing your picture in the directory. Okay. Under the directory page on the left is the culinary page. This is where you can access the menu for Still Hopes. So this will be updated every week to give you the most current menu. So you're able to see what's on the menu for this week right in the hub portal by going to the culinary page. So you can see the entire menu here. There is a zoom option. So right here where it says automatic zoom, you can zoom in. So if you're finding that this font is a little bit small for you, you'd like to see the menu up close for a particular day, you can zoom into your desired magnification here. Okay, so again, that'll be updated for you every week. So you have the most updated menu. And then down here at the bottom, you'll see it says click here to view and or download the entire document. If I were to click on that, it will download the menu for me as a PDF. So if you want it as a separate document for your own view, you can do that. Or if you have access to a printer, you can also print off the menu yourself so that you have it on as a paper copy as well. Okay, and I did that again by at the bottom, clicking click here to view or download the entire document. Under the culinary page is the full count meal allowance page. This is where you can view your full count balance. So I am not a real resident at Still Hope, so that's why I'm not seeing a full count account here because I don't have one. But since you do have a full count account, when you go to this page, you'll be able to see your balance right here on the hub portal. So that is the full count meal allowance page. You'll be able to see your information right here. Under full count is the wellness center page. This is where you can view the wellness schedule for the wellness center. So you can see up here at the top, it says here you will find the updated information on what is going on in the wellness center. This page will also be used as a resource for you, providing you exercise videos and wellness education materials. So everything wellness center you can find here on this page. So here's the resident class schedule available for you. So you can take a look at that schedule and get additional information down here at the bottom. Same thing here as with the menu. You can also click here to view and or download that entire document. So if you wanted to download this as well, you have that option. Okay, so that's the Wellness Center schedule. Under that page is the maintenance and housekeeping. This is where you are able to submit work orders through Works Hub. So that is its own page here in the Hub portal available for you. So you'll be able to submit any requests for maintenance and housekeeping right here in the Hub portal by going to submit request up here in the top right. Again, I'm not a real resident, so I don't have a Works Hub account, but since you do, you'll be able to do that right here. Any requests that you do submit, you're going to see here in this table down here. So you'll see when you requested that, the order number, subject, location, and then the status of that work order. So you know where it stands at that time. Under the maintenance and housekeeping page is the groups page. So this is where you can create any clubs, committees, or groups that are currently at Still Hopes or that you'd like to start. So if you have an arts and crafts committee or gardening committee or whatever it may be, this is where you can add that group and then have other residents join that group, share information, things like that. So we don't currently have any groups in here. So I'm going to show you an example of how to add a group if you did want to. So here in the top right, it says create new. If I were to click on that, it's going to allow me to put in the information for that group. So let's say I did want to start a craft club. I would put in my title, craft club, and then I could put in a description so that others know what this club or committee entails. So I can say any crafters, experienced or not, please join this group. We meet Mondays at 12 p.m. in the craft room. So again, you can write whatever you'd like here just to give everyone an idea of what that group is. You can add an image if you want an image to go along with your group. You could hit choose file here. So I'm going to pull up an image I have. I'll hit open. And then you can determine group type and who can invite. So for group type, if it's public, that means that anyone can view this group. Anyone can click into it, get more information, and join. It's public, it's completely open. If it were closed, that means that it's a private group, and only those that are a member in the group can click into it and view information. So you can determine if you want it public or closed. I'm going to have mine at public. And then you can decide who can invite. So if you were to select participants, that means that anyone can invite others to join the group. So if I knew that my friend Jane Doe also likes to craft, I'd be able to go and send her an invitation. Or if it's group creator, that means that only the person that created the group can invite others to join. So you can determine which one you'd like. I'm going to do participants. And then once your group is ready, you'll hit create down at the bottom. And now that craft club is in the groups page. So it's showing me that it's public, so anyone can view this group, that there's one member, and then there's that description that I typed in. If I wanted to know more about this group, I could click into it. And then I can invite members right in here. So if I were to click on this invite members button, I'd be able to go and find other residents and invite them to join the group. Up here at the top next to all, you'll see this My Groups tab. This is going to show you any groups that you're a member of. So if you just want to view your list of groups, you could do that by going to My Groups. And then the Invitations tab would show you if you have any invitations to join a group. So if somebody invited you to join that group, you would see that invitation here. And then you could click accept or decline based on what you want to do with that. Okay, so have some fun with that page. Again, add any that are existing or maybe that you want to get started at Still Hopes. Under the groups page is community feed. I'm going to skip that page for just a second, and I'm going to go to the videos page next. The community feed has items from the videos and the photos page. So I like to go into those first because then I think it makes a bit more sense when you go into the community feed. So I'm going to go to the videos page. This is where you can share any videos with the community. So if you saw a video on YouTube that you found really great, you think others in the community may also want to see that video, you could go to add new up here in the top right corner. copy and paste that YouTube link right here, put in a title and a description so that others know about that video. And then you could hit add at the bottom, and that video will then be added to the videos page. You can see that Steph shared a video here too. So if I wanted to watch that video, I would click on it, then go and click on this YouTube link here. And it's going to take me right to that video on YouTube. Okay. All right. So you can share videos from YouTube, Vimeo, Google Drive, if you have any videos stored or that you, again, just find when you're strolling the internet. Under videos is photos. This is where you can share any photos that you think others in the community might enjoy. So if you snapped a photo at an event or just something in general and you want to share it, you could do so in the photos page. So up at the top right, there's the add new button. And you would just choose your file right here of whatever image it is you'd like to share. You can share up to 5 at a time. And then you would just hit upload here at the bottom. You can see I shared a photo of these pumpkins. So if somebody wanted to look at this video or this photo a little closer, they can just click on it. And then they'd see that photo right here. And they could even comment on it. So similar to Facebook, if you use it, how you can comment on other people's photos or posts, you can do the same thing here on the photos page and write your comment about the photo. Okay, so that's the photos page. Going back to that community feed page that I skipped. So I'm going to click on this. This is essentially, I like to think of it as the social networking page of the Hub portal. This is where you'd be able to post wall posts, share items. And then again, if anybody posted on their own wall or shared any photos or videos, it's all going to go into the community feed. So you can see that pumpkin photo I shared on the photos page went into the community feed so that everybody could see it here as well. Steph's video is on here. See another resident shared a photo in her profile, so it's on here. Any latest group, so I just posted that craft club in the groups page. That's here on the community feed as well, showing me any of the latest groups that have been just added. We have a post here. So again, this is just where you can share things with one another, see all those photos, videos, items that were shared separately are all going to go in together in the community feed. So just a great place for you to see what's going on and connect. There's also the directory link right here. So that directory page that we were looking at, there's a little snapshot of the resident directory on the community feed as well. Okay. The last 2 pages here in the menu bar, there's the page index. This is essentially a search page for you. So this is where you can search for any particular pages and find them more easily. So if I wanted to find the calendar, for example, I could search calendar, and now it's highlighting in yellow the calendar. So it's helping me find that page more easily. I could then click on calendar here, and it's going to take me right to that calendar page. So that page index is available to you as essentially a search function, but there's also this search bar up here. This is new. So above announcements, you'll see this search the site option. You can also search here the same way you would in the page index. So I could also search calendar right here, and it's going to show me anything that has the calendar. So again, same thing as that page index. So you have 2 different places that you can search for different items if you're having a hard time finding a particular page or want to see if that page exists. Going back to the bottom, under page index is the help page. This is where you can find the community intro. So when you log into the Hub portal for the very first time, you're going to get this little community intro tutorial. It essentially goes through just the main features of the hub portal. So kind of those first items I was pointing out at the very beginning of our training, those are here for you. So you'll see that again when you log in for the very first time, but that community intro is available for you under help at the very bottom of the menu bar in case you ever want to refer back to this community intro at another time. Okay. Any questions so far on all of the menu or the different pages we worked through?
Yes, ma'am. And I'll repeat them to you, Jacqueline.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
On the calendar and you see an event, some of them are signed up or sign up. Will that be able to tell us whether or not that event is full?
Okay, Jacqueline, when you sign up for events in the calendar, will it tell you if that event is full or not?
If it has a maximum sign up. So if a particular event can only hold 15 people, let's say, it'll tell you that there's a maximum sign up for that event. So I think the one I clicked on, let's go to calendar, had a maximum sign up on it. So the cardio and balance. So you'll see right here, it says 10 people can attend. So that means only 10 people can sign up. If all 10 spots were taken, it would indicate that here and have you added to the wait list.
So you can sign up. Or you sign up.
Yeah, can you show us how to sign up for something, Jacqueline?
Sure. So right here, there's the attend event button. If I were to click on that, it now says you're attending. So I'm now signed up for that event.
But that has a mistake on it, Stephanie, because there is a limit on that class.
Okay,
Oh, I'm sorry. No, the 10:30 class. Ron?
okay.
Stephanie, how are you going to merge the people who don't use the computer at all
Mhm.
and who are going to continue to sign up on paper?
Yeah.
And the ones who are going to use the portal?
Jacqueline, this is a question for us. Dorothy,
Okay.
we're still gonna keep the hard sign up book like you would for wellness classes. That'll still be available. So it'll be up to wellness to keep an eye on who signs up in the portal and then who signs up in the book.
How is it going to, you're going to tell people that on the hard book that there's already signed up in the portal?
Yeah, we'll have to just work through that and make sure that the proper team member is checking both and just keeping both updated. Yes, ma'am.
On the things like in full count, specific information,
Yes, ma'am.
for those of us who are opening it and playing with it now,
Uh-huh.
is that information gonna be current? Or is it just a play thing like she's doing?
I'm not sure, Jacqueline, we got the question like for full count. To your knowledge, is that information updated and accurate, or is that just a play balance for right now?
No, that is updated and accurate. So that's linked to your actual account. So it's going to be accurate information in the portal.
Okay,
And
hold on.
do messages, like when she showed some messages,
Mhm.
are they always open on the community page? Or is it just between you and me?
She was asking about messages, Jacqueline, and Ms. Cloyd, that would be in between you and one other person, unless you wrote on the community wall that she showed earlier. But if you went up to the top there to messages,
Yeah.
and you have to put in a specific recipient, and so just that person would get it. So if you did it to Shirley, Shirley would get it, and she could respond back to you.
Yeah, and let me also point that out in the directory. So on that resident directory page, you can also send a private message to a resident right from their profile. So for example, if I wanted to message this resident here, so I click on Julian's profile, you'll see there's this send private message button right above their profile picture. So if you were to click on that, it's going to send a message just to that resident. So any messages, to further answer your question, any messages you send are private messages just between you and whoever you sent that message to.
Okay.
Is there a way to know that they have actually seen that message and received it?
Does it give you any kind of red message, Jacqueline, or no?
I don't believe so, but I can check on that to be sure.
Okay, and Neela in the
Do
back?
you search for residents by first name or last name?
She asked, do you search for residents by first name or last name, or can you do either?
I believe you can do either. So let's test that out. So I'm going to search Alan. So I'm going to search last name here. And it's showing me last name. So let's also try first name. And it also showed first name. So you can search by either one. And it's going to pull up anyone who has that name.
Mr. Murphy, did you have a question?
Yes. On the bottom here, how do you first sign in using this on the computer, on your webpage?
How-
There's an address down here, it's called email support at,
That's something, that's just if you have questions.
how do you first sign in to this thing to get started? She showed an HTTP up. at the
Yeah, it's
top.
right here. You go to caremerge.com. Then you click login. Caremerge.com.
That's all you need to,
Yes, sir.
or you need to go to.
No, just caremerge.com. Yes, Ms. Holmes.
Can you send a message to 3 people, the same message?
I would say, Jacqueline, can you send a message to 3 different people at the same time?
You can send group messages. Yes.
Yeah, so you would just enter in each person's name, Ms. Holmes, in that 2 bar. I see somebody. Yes, ma'am.
This may be an in-house question, but I noticed on this, I have that in it. It's people's legal names, not their call by name.
Right.
Most of us probably don't know somebody's legal name if they use their call by name.
Right, and
Is
so
that
you,
gonna change?
you can contact me if you want your name changed. I can do that. Yes, ma'am. Ms. Whitehead?
Yeah, there's some, excuse me, there's some features that we're used to on the present portal that I don't see. One really useful one is the list of the directory of employees by first name.
Yeah.
Is that going to be added or?
There's a staff directory on there right now, Ms. Whitehead, but it's only staff who have access to the portal. So I can work on building that out as we get closer to January.
So we can add features like archiving the newsletters and access to the newsletters.
Jacqueline, where would we put documents? Like a newsletter?
So, yeah, so you can add an additional page, Steph, like similar to the Wellness Center. You would just add an additional page. You can name it newsletters or whatever it may be, and then you just upload those documents.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Anything else?
How do you add your photo to your?
Dave would like to see how you add your photo, Jacqueline.
Perfect. So that's a perfect segue into my profile, which I'm going to cover next. So let's jump into that if everyone feels good to move on to that.
I think so.
All right. So under my account in the top right, there's the My Profile tab. If you click on that, that is going to take you to your profile that you can create for the resident directory. So you're able to put in all of this information, which I'll show you in just a second. That's going to go into the resident directory. So when somebody clicks on your profile, so how I clicked into another resident's name in the resident directory, they'd be able to see all of this information about you. So you can include as much or as little as you'd like, just for others to get a little bit more information. Before I go into showing you how you can add all this info, I do like to point out this one portion here under the profile information. It says include me in the directory. This is an opt-out option. So if you do not want to be included in the resident directory, you do not want your profile in the resident directory, you do have the option to opt out. So right now, this is a blue toggle here. That means that I will be included in the resident directory. But if I did want to opt out, I would just toggle this off and it's now gray. That means I will not be included in the directory. So you do have that option. So I just like to point that out. If you want to add information to your profile, you'll click on edit in the top right corner. And this is where you can go and put in any information that you'd like with the fields that we've given you. So here you can see this is where you can add your photo. So I added a photo of myself. So it's saying upload new picture here. Yours, if you don't have a picture, would just say upload a profile picture. And if you were to click on that, you're able to select the photo that you'd like. So if you do want a photo to show in the resident directory so people can see what you look like, definitely recommend adding a photo here. Down here, you'll see you could add a nickname. So if there's another name that you prefer to go by, you can add that to your profile. Gender, title, could put in your career, so current or past career, your education level. We have all these different options here. Military status, if you have one. The places that you've lived. So I've put in all the different places I've lived here. Your marital status. Pets, I put that I have a dog, Stanley. And then right here, you can put in a bio. So there's a 500 character limit for you to write anything you'd like about yourself. So you can include some fun facts, give a little history on yourself, anything that you'd like others to know and read about you, you can put in this box. So I just put a little bit about where I was born and raised, where I went to school, my family and friend life, what I like to do in my free time. And again, this is totally up to whatever you'd like to put in here so others can learn more about you. You can type in your bio. You can add your contact information. So if your phone number isn't already in here, you can add that so others can find your phone number in the directory. And then there's also the hobbies and interests. So this is where I was showing you in the resident directory that you can search by interest to find residents in the community that have the same interest as you. This is where it's pulling that from. So if you want others to see your hobbies and interests or find you by hobby and interest in the resident directory, I definitely recommend going through here and clicking all of your hobbies and interests that apply. So I can go through and just pick any hobbies that I have, things I like to do. And then down here at the bottom as well, you can search by other interests. So if you're not seeing your interest listed here, you can type it in this box and it'll search for you. So I can search golf and now it's showing me different golf options. I'm going to click on golf here and add that as an interest.
How do you keep other people from modifying your list?
He asked how you keep other people from modifying your profile.
Oh, no one else can modify your profile but you.
But you do put your own password on it.
Right.
Right. So this is totally just for you to edit. You're the only one that can go into your account and change this information.
Okay.
So
Yes,
it's unique to you.
Jacqueline, we got a question. Yes,
When
ma'am.
I was on earlier today,
Uh-huh.
it would not accept an email address
Okay. Like in your profile, you mean?
in the profile.
Okay. She said she was having trouble with it accepting an email address.
Yeah, so it's grayed out here. I'll show you when we go into settings that you can add your email there. The only caveat with that right now is if you do add your email, you have to change your username. This is something that we're working on so that residents can add their own profile or their own email without changing their username, things like that. So right now, what we've been recommending is that you provide your email address to staff. So like to staff or anyone else who can then update it on the back end for you if you do want your email address included. Okay. Any other questions here in profile?
Any other questions? I think we're good.
Okay. So down at the bottom, you'll want to make sure you hit save so that all that hard work you put into your profile saves and updates. So I'm going to hit save down here in the bottom right. It's going to have me confirm that I'd like to save my profile. I'll hit continue. And my profile is now updated. Okay, so I'll show you really quick. Let's go back to the directory. I'm going to search for my profile so that you can see what it looks like. So I searched for myself. So I'm going to click on that. And you're now seeing that exact profile that I just updated. So when others click into your profile, they're going to see all the information that you've added here. Okay. Last thing under my account is settings. This is where you can manage your own account settings. So over here on the right, you can change your password. So if you want it to be something different than welcome1 or any other password that you have the option to change it here. This is where I was talking about that you can add your email address, but right now it's making you change your username. So if you don't want to change your username at all, again, just let staff know your email address so that we can get it updated for you on the back end as a solution for right now until our system updates this part. Next to account, you'll see this notifications tab. This is where you can manage your notification settings and what you want to receive notifications for. So by default, by default, all of the notifications are turned on. So right now you have all of your notifications turned on. If you want to turn any of them off, so for example, if you don't want to receive an email notification every time a new announcement is posted, you'll just toggle that to off. So you can make these to your liking. Majority of the notifications are through email. So that notification goes right to your email so that you know you have a new notification and it'll tell you for what. Next to email notifications are push notifications. Those are notifications that come directly from the community engagement app, the Hub app, right to your phone screen. So for example, when you receive a new text message and you get a text light up on your phone screen that you have a new text, it's the same thing, but it's coming directly from community engagement and it'll say a new announcement has been posted. You can click on that app and it's going to take, or that notification, and it's going to take you right into the app. So there are a few push notifications that are on for you, but again, you can turn those off if you do not want to receive those notifications. Once your notifications are set to your liking, you'll go down and hit save at the bottom so that they'll update for you. Okay, and that's under settings and on the notifications tab. Okay, and the last thing under my account is log out. So you can log out right from here if you ever wanted to log yourself out. Okay, that's the Hub portal. That's essentially everything we have to cover with you all. Any other questions on anything else we've covered? Any more clarification anyone would like on anything?
Yes.
Does email come to this, or do you have to go to your email account?
You would need to go to your email account. So whether that's Gmail or whatever, you would need to go check your email there. The only thing you receive through this is the messages, which is up at the top. So that's different than email.
But the notification, does it tell you have an email and you go into email?
A notification, you mean a notification to tell you that you have a message from here?
An email. It looks like under notifications, it says yes, it's on for news email, a notification.
Right, so if there was a notification from the hub, something about maybe an event or something like that, it would send it to your email account, which would be either Gmail or whatever you might use. So you would need to check that general email account that you use. Yes, ma'am. Okay, anybody else?
Yeah,
Okay,
let's play like for a minute.
okay,
And this is important to me because I'm dumb. Illiterate almost. Okay. Play like I'm going straight to my email desk, to my computer desk.
okay,
Right now.
right,
All right, I want to understand this and I want to go into this immediately.
right.
What is the very first thing I should do?
You go to caremerge.com.
Where?
Up, I would need to minimize this
Play
screen.
like it's my computer.
Okay,
Where I turn my computer on
right,
and I Then what do I do?
You go to your internet browser, so whether that's Google Chrome, and then up where you would put the web address, you would put caremerge.com.
Okay.
And I have those instructions on that back table,
Okay,
Ms.
thank
Robertson.
you.
Yes, ma'am. All right, anybody else?
How do I change my password?
How do you change your password again, Jacqueline?
Yep. So in my account, under settings,
Okay.
right here, you can change your password. So your password was set up as welcome1. So that would be your old password here. And then you could put in your new password for whatever you'd like it to be. If you are logging into a computer for your very first login, if you're going to log in on a laptop or a computer, it's going to automatically prompt you to reset your password. So that if you are logging in on a computer, you will have to change your password right away. However, if you are logging into the app on your phone or your device, you will not be automatically prompted to change your password. So if you still would like to, though, you can go to my account and settings and change it here.
Okay,
Okay.
you don't have to. Yeah.
Can someone, if they successfully log on,
Mhm.
go upstairs, log on,
Mhm.
can they sign up for a class that's controlled today for next week, even though normally, if you're here, you can't until the book is delivered at 8:30 on Friday morning?
For right now, he's asking about signing up for events, Jacqueline, on our
Okay.
end.
The gym, the wellness center.
I mean, to be safe, I would wait until at least December, until y'all start using this to actually sign up for events, just so I can double check with wellness. Hey, are y'all ready for this? I think everyone is, but I don't want anything to fall through the cracks.
Right, because if they gave the book, if everybody could sign up today for,
Well, and we'll always have that book. We're gonna do both.
the book will be useless if everybody has access to signing up weeks ahead.
I know, but not everyone will be using this portal, you know? I mean,
All you need is a class size full who uses it.
right, I mean, well, yeah,
They'll be out of sync.
I'm sorry?
They will be out of sync.
Well, that's
Sign
some,
up in the book, and don't sign up on that.
well, I mean, y'all remember, in our current portal, you can sign up for events too, or you were able to when it first started. So that's just something that we need to work through. Yeah,
And Stephanie, I think what Dan is really thinking about is the class.
yeah,
Both of us are interested, is limited to just 10 people.
right. Okay, well, I can certainly talk to wellness and say, hey, why don't we put a cap on the portal of half the class, and then, you know, half it. I don't know, we just need to work through that, Ed, okay?
Yes, we do.
Yes, Artis.
When I tried to change my password, I know what I put in is correct, I followed all the clues.
Uh-huh.
It wouldn't let me do it.
All right, hey, hold on just a second. All right, Jacqueline, I think as a group, we're good. So I'm gonna help. Yes,
Everybody hold, everybody stay,
can I let Jacqueline go?
everybody stay.
Can I let Jacqueline go?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Jacqueline. I'll follow
All
up. with you.
right.
Thank
Sounds
you.
good. Thank you, everybody. Have a good rest of your day. Thanks so much. Bye.